Wait for people to roll on that. Right, well, it's just on 10 o'clock and it looks as though we have most people on board that we're expecting, so we'll kick off. First of all, good morning and welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for the EXPOL slab insulation webinar. Just in terms of introductions, on the line today we have Mark Mashevsky, our General Manager, Wayne Watson, our Technical Manager, Jack Manhart from our technical team, and my name is Cameron Brooks and I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for EXPOL. So just a little bit about EXPOL. We're New Zealand's largest polystyrene manufacturer. We have 7 manufacturing and recycling plants around New Zealand. We're a family-owned business and we've been in operation for 40 years. So just in terms of the agenda for today, first of all, I'll take you through the H1 changes, talk a little bit about our observations since implementation of the changes, and then really talk about some of our responses. So cover off Slab X200, our slab insulation product. Then we'll introduce our all-new Slab Edge insulation solutions. At that point, I'll hand over to Wayne, who's going to talk to us about the updated slab calculator. Then we'll cover off the concrete floor solutions guide, get into any Q&A, and at the end we'll get you some details around technical support. So just in terms of Q&A, if you have questions along the way, just pop them into the Q&A bar and we'll get to these at the end. If you have anything really project specific, feel free to get in touch with the technical team afterwards and we'll hand you over those details. So the H1 changes, how do they affect us as far as slabs are concerned? So firstly, we have the introduction of the new climate zones. So we have 6 climate zones in total, so a far more, I guess, granular approach. Then the actual R values that we're chasing. So previously, right across the country, it was an R1.3, but as you can see in the table here, we're chasing anything from R1.5 in zones 1 to 4 through to R1.7 in climate zone 6. Hand in hand with this is changes in the way that the R values are calculated, and Wayne will touch on this as he takes you through the updated calculator. So what have we seen as a manufacturer since the 1st of May? Really, there's 3 things that have come through really clearly. A need for a low-cost, high KPA, high R value rated solution for insulating under slabs and footings. The second area is a need for simple, effective slab edge insulation solutions. And finally, we're seeing a need for ongoing assistance with H1 slab calculations. So next we'll talk to you about how we've addressed each of these challenges. So Slab X200 is as an EPS product that was developed and introduced into the market last year. Provides a compressive strength of 200 kPa at 10% deformation. Being EPS, it has exceptional insulation values, high water resistance. It's a lightweight and easy to handle product. It's available in various thicknesses from 50 millimeters thick right through to 600. And the waste that's generated through manufacturing Slab X200 is actively recycled back into other EXPOL products. And I think the key thing here is this is a cost-effective alternative to XPS. It's manufactured in country at a number of our different branches, so it's a much easier product for us to control, and it's available at a cheaper price. This is available through all major hardware merchants. So just in terms of some of the technical details, You can see here very high KPA ratings with 200 KPA at 10%, and also goes hand in hand with nice high R values ranging from 1.5 at 50 mils right through to R6 at 200 mils. The next area that we've seen is the need for slab edge insulation solutions. So we've been doing quite a lot of development. First of all, the first one I'd like to talk about is ThermoSlab Edge. So this is our retrofit slab edge insulation product designed to increase the thermal performance of a building. It's a simple and cost-effective slab edge insulation system. It's available both coated and uncoated, and the coated version doesn't require any painting, so it saves time and money on site. Again, delivers excellent insulation values, has high water resistance, it's lightweight and easy to handle, and these products will be available through all major hardware merchants. So just a little bit of a glimpse at the product itself. So we're selling it both coated and uncoated. So the uncoated version comes in single lengths, and we're selling the coated version in packs. And here you can see on the right-hand side, ThermoSlab Edge in action on a slab on grade. On the website, you'll find a lot of details around the ThermoSlab product, things like the profiles. We've also got a full details page with downloadable PDFs and DWG files as well. Some of the technical information, so available coated and uncoated, product R value of R1.0, and it's available in lengths of 2.5 at a height of both 300 and 400. The next solution I'd like to introduce is Max Edge. So this is our in situ slab edge insulation solution. These are pre-made L-shaped lengths at a range of standard heights from 305 mils right through to 420 mils to suit any raft slab size. It's available in lengths of 2.4 meters, and it's also available in corners of 600 by 600. Max Edge is suitable with any frame size and is available through all major hardware merchants. So again, here's a little bit of a snapshot of product in action. On the left-hand side, you can see on the left-hand side, we've got the lengths, and you can see they're available both coated and uncoated. And we've also got corners available, both coated and uncoated. I've talked about it quite a bit, the coating system. So part of what we've done with these products is made them available finished. We've worked with a Christchurch-based plasterer that's been working with this product for a very long period of time and has had a great deal of success with it. The product is available in patch kits as well, so you can tidy up any joins or repair any damage along the way. And the patch kits are waterproof, water-based resin. Should you want to paint it, a 3-coat acrylic paint finish can be applied, although it doesn't need that. It has this nice solid concrete look without painting. So at this stage, I'll hand you over to Wayne to talk to you about our updated calculator. Wayne.
Thanks, Cameron. So I'm just going to run over what we've done with our products, putting it together for a insulated slab solution. So we got a thermal engineer involved we gave him different options for the different slabs and with different amounts of insulation. He went through and he's done quite a bit of modeling for us. So just there, you'll just see that this was on for 30 mil XPS on the edge of a slab, just on slab on grade, with 50 mil slab X200 under it, and you see the ratios down through there and the construction R values with that particular option. So just going into our first table, and this is for a slab on grade. So the first two options you've got there is 50 mil and 85 mil slab X200. So there's no edge insulation with those first two options, and then the next four are with everything. So it's the slab X200 plus the edge insulation. That could be the ThermoSlab Edge or the Max Edge, whichever is going to work best in that foundation. I would just like to point out that the R values that we talked about, that Cameron went over a bit earlier on, for the Slab X200 and the edge insulation, they were product R values, whereas these tables are construction R values. You'll see down the left-hand side, you've got the ratios, and then you can go through and find with your ratio, you can go and find the R value that you need for that project. If the R value that you're looking for is not there, you can always come and talk to us, and we can get something specifically done for you for that project. Slab X200's got a rating of 200 kPa. We see that as being a suitable product for going underneath the entire floor, but it still needs to be looked at by an engineer and ticked off. So you maybe a single story dwelling is going to be fine, but double, 2-story, 3-story may need something even higher as far as a compressive strength. So that's slab on grade. We'll go to the next one, which is waffle pod floor systems, rib raft type floors. And you can see there we've done a little bit more extensive range of options. The first table there is pod floor only with no other insulation at all. And then we move the next one is a pod floor with edge insulation. The next 3 is a pod floor with Slab X200 under the entire floor with no edge insulation. And then the last 3 is the whole shebang with everything in there. And we've got some pretty good R values based on even some fairly poor ratios. We've still been able to reach the R values that's now required under the new standards. So I'll pass that back to you now, Cameron. Thanks.
Thanks, Wayne. The other tool that we've developed that will be available shortly is our Concrete Floor Solutions Guide. And really this will encompass everything we've discussed today. Has access to the tables, has access to the product, has a whole lot of information in there really to support the message and support you guys out there. So later on this week, I'll be sending a follow-up email with links to the recording and a link to the Concrete Floor Solutions Guide. So I'll just jump in and have a look at the questions here. First one, hi, is this being recorded? And if so, can it be made available for others to view? Yes, absolutely. We'll be sending links out to anybody that either attended or registered this week, and you can share those links. Is there a max edge internal corner available? Jack, do you want to take that one?
Yep, sure. No, we only have the external corners available, but the internal corners are very easy to achieve on site. It's very easy to do a 45-degree miter and butt them together for the internal corners.
Yeah, thanks, Jack. So there's instructions for both ThermoSlab Edge and Max Edge on the website. And they cover off all the details. The feedback we've had from MaxRaft, who we've worked with on this product, is actually the internal corners are very straightforward. They don't see any challenges, but the external corners are where the challenges present themselves. So this is where we've brought them into the game. Michael, are the Max Edge L profile certified for footing loads without the need to get signed off from the engineer? Jack or Wayne, do you want to pick that one up?
The Max Edge has a similar compressive strength to the Slab X200. So that's at 189 kPa. And so, yes, I think an engineer still needs to look at it to decide if that's compressive strength is high enough for that foundation.
Cool. Thank you, Wayne. Next question, slab edge insulation, how is this fixed? So, Jack, do you want to take us through briefly through the install of ThermoSlab Edge?
Yeah, sure. We've done testing with our Styrofix adhesive that we supply. We've been supplying it for quite a while, and we've supplied our old edge insulation system, which was made with the same foam, and it is just glued onto the other side of the slab. Yeah. There's some great instructions on how to apply it on the website, and yeah, nice and simple.
Cool, thanks, Jack. Yeah, as I say, the website has detailed instructions for both products, and the packaging for the ThermoSlab Edge actually has a QR code back to the website. So that's it for the questions. I might just hold on for a moment and see if there's anyone else out there with a question. Okay, I've got a couple popped up here. What is the lifespan of the EXPOL product? Do you want to take that one, Wayne?
Yeah, we've got 10-year warranty on the coating on the edge of both the ThermoSlab edge and the Max Edge insulation options.
Thanks, Wayne. And the next question, I note that for the slab edge on brick veneer, that the qualities of the insulation is compromised in that detail as the cold zone from the bricks is transferred directly to the slab. Wayne, do you want to pick that one up?
Can you just run through that again, please, Cameron?
The slab edge on brick veneer, that the qualities of the insulation is compromised in that detail as a cold zone from the bricks is transferred directly to the slab.
Yeah, so we are seeing now where a insulation is actually installed between the bottom course of the brick and the edge of the brick rebate. We're seeing an insulation being inserted in there now as well. So that's always an option.
Thanks, Wayne. Next question, is there a fire group rating for the edge insulation for commercial projects?
Fire rating as such, we've got our fire testing's been done, so our both products have a spread of flame index of 0 and a smoke developed index of 5 out of 10. So that's the fire testing that we've had done.
Okay, thanks, Wayne. Can the edge polystyrene, I'm reading this as ThermoSlab edge, be below ground, or does it have to be clear of earth? I'll let you take that one, Jack.
No, it can absolutely be used below ground.
Cool, thank you. Next question from Michael. Does the calculation system provide a PDF final page to be included with H1 calculations for submission to council?
Absolutely.
Wayne?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Yep. Fantastic.
It doesn't automatically provide one at the moment, but if you get a hold of the tech at EXPOL email address, we're happy to sort something out for you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jack. I think that is the last of the questions. Just pause for a moment. No, that's it. So really, just wanted to wrap up the technical support and resources we've got available. So as always, first port of call is the EXPOL website. We have a lot of product information and technical information on there. For those that want to specifically learn around these products, we have our training portal, expolexpert.co.nz. This is a self-registration, self-paced, bite-sized modules where you can go in and learn about products, and each one takes 5 or 10 minutes, start and stop as you please. For those that want to find out more about our sustainability efforts or our recycling efforts, you can check out expolearth.co.nz. Sorry, I've just seen another question pop up. Says Master Spec, can you log into ARC specs to help write EXPOL spec sections? So we are in the process of updating our specification sections on Master Spec, so keep an eye out for that, Steve. And finally, the last piece is ongoing support. So we've got our technical team, Wayne based out of Auckland, and Jack and Amy here in the South Island. The very best way to get hold of these guys is through the mail, so tech@expol.co.nz, and you can get in touch with any questions or any queries you may have. So finally from me, no, had another question pop up. Wayne, have you any solution for a suspended slab, i.e. above a carport?
Yes, we do. You could use one of our other products, Thermoslab H grade. But if it's in a serviceable area, then it still needs to be covered.
Okay. Probably the best bet on that one, Joshua, might be to get in touch with the technical team to work through some of those details. So yeah, finally, look, from me, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us and learn a little bit more about us and our new H1 products. Keep an eye on your email. Later on this week, I will send out an email with links back to this webinar, a recording of the webinar, and a number of different resources that we talked about today, and probably most importantly, the concrete slab guide that we're pulling together. So thank you very much and have a great day. Cheers.
Thanks.